Once upon a time, in a town, there was a famous psychology professor named Benjamin. He was highly respected for his intelligence and unique teaching methods. One day, Professor Benjamin stood before a large auditorium filled with students, ready to impart his knowledge on stress management. He lifted a glass of water, which caught the attention of the students. "How heavy do you think is this glass of water I'm holding?" he asked. The students exchanged glances, not sure where he was going with this. A few students shouted 8 ounces, some said a couple of pounds. Benjamin said, "Good attempts, but you're missing the point. The absolute weight of this glass doesn't matter much. It's all about how long I hold it." He continued, "If I hold this glass for a minute or two, it feels almost weightless. No big deal, right? But if I hold it for an hour straight, my arm begins to ache a little. The weight becomes noticeable." His tone turned more serious as he said, "Now imagine holding this glass for an entire day. As the hours pass, my arm would cramp up, and I'd feel numb and paralyzed, unable to hold it any longer. Eventually, I would be forced to drop the glass to the floor. The weight of the glass doesn't change, but the longer I hold it, the heavier it feels to me." Now, it wasn't just a lesson about a glass of water. It was a metaphor for the burdens they carried in their lives. Professor Benjamin continued, "Life's stresses and worries are much like this glass of water. Initially, if you think about them for a while, they won't bother you much. A little stress can be manageable. But if you allow those worries to linger, they'll begin to weigh you down emotionally. The longer you hold on to them, the heavier they become, draining your energy and joy. And if you carry those worries with you all day long, they'll eventually leave you feeling numb and paralyzed, unable to focus on anything else." The auditorium was filled with silence as Professor Benjamin's words sank deep into their hearts. He concluded, "The lesson here is to learn to let go. Some things in life are beyond our control, and no amount of worrying can make them disappear completely. Don't let the stress consume you. Accept it, and let it motivate you to take action." Professor Benjamin's lesson stayed with the students long after the applause had faded. As the students left the auditorium that day, they carried with them the knowledge of the power of letting go. The metaphor of the glass of water became a constant reminder in their lives, guiding them through challenges and difficult times. They learned that while it's important to acknowledge your anxieties and stresses, you shouldn't spend too much time thinking about them. Just like the professor had said, they understood that holding on to these burdens for too long could be emotionally draining and paralyzing. The students discovered the strength in accepting change in life, the power of living in the moment, and the freedom that comes from letting go of unnecessary worries. They realized that life is too short to be weighed down by unnecessary burdens, and that true happiness lies in finding balance and inner peace. And so, they set out on their paths, carrying the knowledge that they could handle anything that comes in their path. May this story serve as a reminder to release the weight of unnecessary burdens and find the strength within ourselves to overcome any obstacle that comes our way. If you found this video impactful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from its powerful message. Thank you for joining us today, and until next time, remember to face your worries with grace and fortitude, for in doing so, you'll discover the true essence of a fulfilling and resilient life.